Oh, just putting away my Magic Mike money. But enough with that. Now that I've made you vomit with my little striptease, let's go ahead and talk Magic Mike XXL, shall we? So, the first Magic Mike actually got really strong reviews, really positive buzz, and I was pretty underwhelmed by it leaving the theater. While I thought Channing Tatum and Matthew McConaughey shined, I thought overall the story was just okay, the cinematic value was terrible, and our lead actress, the main love interest, was just dire. I thought she was so dead, uncharismatic, and bland. I hated her. So coming into this one, the commercials looked fun, everything looked fun leading in, and again I was inspired. I was like, okay, this is going to be it. I have to say, I was happy with the end result. It delivered just about everything I wanted it to deliver. The biggest surprise and biggest positive of Magic Mike XXL was the humor. They did not shy away from being very self-aware and making this a funny film. They have so many gags and reels in here that just have you in stitches. They're so hilarious. And for that reason, I think both men and women will really enjoy watching Magic Mike, because the men are going to really kind of relate and feel like it's a brotherly experience. You're hanging out with other guys, because this is told from a guy's point of view. And women are also going to find this very funny as well. And they're going to like those stripping scenes, let's just be honest. But I just loved the comedy, and one of the biggest reasons the comedy worked was not Channing Tatum, surprisingly. As good as he was in the film, the real star in my eyes was Joe Manganiello. I thought he killed it, crushed it, was hilarious. I loved his character. We didn't really get to see too much of him other than that famous pumping scene. But this time around, his character is given so much more to do, so much more growth, and so many hilarious things to do. And that's just a positive for the film in general. We didn't get to meet any of these men that were part of the stripping corps, really. We knew their personas a little bit. We got to sort of see them in action. But outside of Magic Mike himself and Alex Pettyfer, we didn't get to know anyone. And this time we get to know all of the team. We get to know their aspirations, what they do outside of stripping, what they want to do, who they are as a person. Matt Bomer, I thought, was fantastic in the film as well. He and Joe really stepped up their game, stepped up to the plate. And I think this was kind of a star-making performance for both of them. Channing Tatum was fabulous as well. And Amber Heard came in as our new love interest, and she was so good. So much better than that first lady. I don't even know her name. I don't want to know her name. That's how bad I thought she was. Jada Pinkett Smith also joins this cast, and she was so good. As strong as I thought Matthew McConaughey was in the first film, I think Jada Pinkett is even better in virtually the same role here in the sequel. Plus, we get a bunch of fun cameos from like Donald Glover and Andy McDowell. And it's a fun film. It brings the laughs, it brings the great dance routines, great music, and you'll just leave feeling like you had a good time. I also love that Magic Mike diversified the people it was reaching out to. I think the first time around it was a much different story. They were aimed exclusively at a certain type of woman, a bachelorette party. This time around, they go to a gay club, they do a drag performance, so they obviously realized, oh wait, a good portion of our audience is going to be gay males. And they did it complete justice, complete respect. I thought it was funny, and I enjoyed that inclusion. But when it comes to women as well, they were very diverse in the women they chose to exemplify here. We had women of all shapes, all sizes, all colors, and that was just really encouraging. And this film actually felt very feminist-driven. The women here were treated with such respect. They were referred to as queens. There were so many instances of building women's self-confidence. Yes, some of the stripping scenes were not so feminist, and you were like, whoa, alrighty then. But overall, I felt the message was just extremely positive for women, how they should feel about themselves, and body image. But, of course, the film isn't perfect, and I have one kind of big complaint that pertains to not only this movie, but 50 Shades of Grey a little bit earlier this year. This is the second film that deals with a sexual topic aimed at a female audience that shies away from male nudity. And I'm not really understanding why that is. Again, I am a male myself, so I think maybe my mind works differently than the average female mind works when it comes to expectation when you're seeing a movie like Magic Mike. But if you watch Entourage, which was aimed at a young male demographic, less than a month ago, there were boobs everywhere, naked women everywhere. And then we get to Magic Mike. There's one proper booty shot, 0 full frontals in either of the movies. And even in the stripping scenes, it's a little bit light on thong action at the end in this one. So there's a lot of shirtlessness, which I think actually is more attractive to women. But I find it very weird that in a movie about male strippers, men really don't get that objectified. And I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know if it's just my expectation, but that's a big problem for me in Magic Mike, is that we're not given enough male nudity in a movie about male strippers. And while I thought the undertones of each character in the film were really strong, the overall story was kind of eh. And it seemed like we were just setting up like different little gag reels along the journey. So it wasn't necessarily a coherent story, but it was just kind of like a boop, this is funny, moving along, boop, next journey, moving along, boop. Which was I didn't mind it too much, but it could have been a lot stronger in its storytelling abilities. But overall, I had a really good time with Magic Mike XXL. Personally, I think it was better than the original. It had much higher production value, a much better love interest, and brought a lot more to the table than just, hey, come look at sexy guys shake their booties on stage. It offered so much more than that, but as I said before, I think men, women, people who are attracted to men, people who aren't attracted to men will find so much humor and so much entertainment in this film. It's just so much more well-rounded than its predecessor. So I definitely recommend Magic Mike XXL. You'll have a good time. So, that's been my review of Magic Mike XXL. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date with our latest videos. Also, join in on the conversation. Are you excited to see Magic Mike XXL? And what is your favorite risque movie? Let me know either in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!